My son Ethan was a happy baby. He had a bright smile. I cherished every moment. As he grew, I noticed small things. He wasn't talking as much as other kids. He didn't respond when I called his name. I brushed it off. Maybe he was just a quiet child. But deep down, a seed of doubt was planted. Ethan's first birthday came and went. He still wasn't babbling much. He didn't point at things. He seemed content in his own world. My husband told me not to worry. Every child develops at their own pace. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was different. Months turned into years. Ethan was now 3 years old. The gap between him and other children his age was widening. He had trouble making eye contact. Loud noises would startle him. He would flap his hands and rock back and forth when he was excited. My motherly instincts were screaming at me. Something wasn't right. I needed answers. I wouldn't rest until I found them. I owed it to Ethan to get him the help he needed. The journey to diagnosis was long. It was filled with appointments. We saw our pediatrician first. He reassured me. He said Ethan was just a late bloomer. But my gut feeling told me otherwise. I insisted on a referral to a specialist. We met with a developmental pediatrician. She observed Ethan. She asked us questions about his behavior. She ordered a series of tests and evaluations. The waiting was agonizing. Each day felt like an eternity. Weeks later, we returned to the specialist's office. The doctor sat us down. She explained that Ethan showed signs of autism spectrum disorder. She said it was a developmental disability. It affected communication and social interaction. The word autism hung in the air. It felt heavy. It felt like the world had stopped spinning. I couldn't breathe. My mind raced. A million questions flooded my thoughts. What did this mean for Ethan's future? Would he ever be able to live a normal life? Would he ever be able to tell me he loved me? Tears welled up in my eyes. I tried to be strong for Ethan, but fear threatened to consume me. My husband squeezed my hand. He looked at me with love and understanding in his eyes. In that moment, I knew we were in this together. We would face whatever challenges lay ahead as a family. The days following the diagnosis were a blur. I felt like I was on an emotional roller coaster. One minute, I would be overwhelmed with sadness. The next minute, I would be filled with determination. I was determined to learn everything I could about autism. I read books, I scoured the internet, I connected with other parents of autistic children. I wanted to understand Ethan's world. I wanted to give him the support he needed to thrive. Through my research, I learned that autism is a spectrum. No two children are the same. Some children with autism are nonverbal. Others are highly verbal. Some need minimal support. Others require significant assistance. Section 5. Acceptance and Understanding. The Path to Love and Support. As I learned more about autism, I started to see the world through Ethan's eyes. I realized that his brain worked differently. It wasn't a bad thing. It was just different. Ethan might not have understood social cues, but he had a heart full of love. He might not have expressed himself verbally, but he showed his affection in his own unique ways. He would snuggle up to me and rest his head on my shoulder. He would bring me his favorite toy when I was feeling down. Acceptance didn't happen overnight. It was a process. There were days when I grieved for the life I thought Ethan would have. But those days became fewer and far between. As I embraced Ethan for who he was, my love for him grew stronger. Section 6. Navigating the Challenges. Finding Strength in Vulnerability. Life with an autistic child is full of challenges. There are meltdowns. There are communication breakdowns. There are days when you feel completely overwhelmed, but there are also moments of pure joy. Ethan's laughter is contagious. His smile lights up a room. He has taught me patience. He has taught me to appreciate the little things. He has shown me the true meaning of unconditional love. We have learned to celebrate Ethan's victories, no matter how small. We have learned to find humor in the midst of chaos. We have learned to rely on each other for support. Section 7. Celebrating Uniqueness. The Beauty in Different Abilities. Ethan is a gift. He is a constant reminder that different is not less. He has opened my heart to a whole new way of seeing the world. He has taught me that beauty comes in all forms. Ethan may not fit into the mold of what society considers normal, but he is perfect just the way he is. He is kind, he is compassionate, he is full of wonder. He sees the world with a fresh perspective. He notices things that most people miss. Ethan is a reminder that we should embrace our differences. We should celebrate the things that make us unique. We should never let anyone tell us who we can or cannot be. Section 8. A mother's unconditional love, embracing the extraordinary. Being Ethan's mother has been the greatest adventure of my life. It has been a journey of discovery, both for him and for me. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Ethan has taught me the true meaning of love. He has taught me the importance of acceptance. He has taught me to find joy in the unexpected. He has made me a better person. I love my son more than words can say. He is my sunshine on a cloudy day. He is my reminder that miracles happen every day. He is my everything. Section 9. A message of hope. Finding strength in the autism community. To all the parents out there who have recently received an autism diagnosis for their child, I want to tell you that you are not alone. There is a whole community of people who understand what you are going through. Reach out, connect, share your story. You will find strength in knowing that you are not alone. Together, we can advocate for our children. We can create a world where they are accepted, celebrated, and loved for who they truly are. And to my darling Ethan, if you ever read this, know that you are my greatest blessing. You are my hero. You are my everything. And I will love you unconditionally always and forever.